Hey everybody, welcome to Forte in Goal, and as per usual, I'm giving you the insights, predictions, scores, winners, losers, and of course I'm giving it to you either up to date or just a little bit on the late side. So apologize, I've been making a big move. I'm currently in quarantine, unpacking, blah, 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 lots of stuff to do, but not too busy for you guys, not too busy for you. Um, Football weekend, I'm excited. I mean, my God, lockdown time, I say lockdown, quarantine time. Thank goodness there's football or other sports because I can watch them too. So I'm a little bit late. The Thursday night game played, and I would have predicted the Rams. You think everybody that has been following me knows, hey, look, I'm very high on the Rams right now. I love McVay. I've always liked Stafford. I think together they're a dynamite, formidable bunch. I expect them to go very deep into the postseason. So yeah, I'm not surprised that they won. I'm also not as high on this Seahawk team, so I'm not surprised that the score turned out the way that it did. The little surprise, Russell Wilson suffered an injury. If you guys haven't seen it yet, he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. Their defense is playing horrible. There's a few other teams like that too. You know, good teams that are really playing horrible defense, and Kansas City being another one. The Washington's defense is really underachieving. So there's a lot more on that later. But yeah, the Seattle defense has been really porous. I told somebody about that before the season. They were like, nah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're bad. They're bad. Even Jamal Adams, who I love a lot and wanted to come to Dallas, has no sacks. So things are bad when this guy is not even getting into the mix. So yeah, I would have been right on that one. The first game up, though, is the Jets and the Falcons. And just to bring us up to speed with this game, this is a dog. I mean, this is a dog. Let's not kid each other. Game's being played in London. Calvin Ridley is out of the game, so right there you've got probably their best weapon out of the game. So, for that reason, I'm leaning towards the Jets in this game. I think the Jets, they got their first win. I think Zach Wilson's going to get better and better. I do believe in their coaching. I'm not as sold on the coaching in Atlanta. Their defense, everybody knows, hasn't played so well. So that's another team with defense that is lacking. Let's look at the numbers, though, because I always find this to be very interesting when we look at a game. You've got the Jets 29th on offense, 13th on defense. So a team as bad as they are, they're 13th in defense, 28th in passing, 29th in rushing. So at least they're balanced. Balanced in a bad way, but they're balanced. The Falcons are 24th in offense, 23rd in defense, again balanced. They are 20th in passing, 25th in rushing. So these numbers, they speak pretty loudly. These are two bad teams. I'm going to go with the Jets in this game. I don't think it's going to be all that high scoring. I'll say the Jets win 24 to the Falcons 21. 24-21, Jets. So next game. The next game we've got would be the Patriots and the Texans. Patriots and the Texans, interesting game. The game's in Houston, excuse me. The game's in Houston. Texans are getting 9 points, by the way. That's a lot of points against a Patriots team that, they're kind of up and down. They're not what I would call explosive or great. Both of the teams are 1-3, but they're different teams. The Patriots just played the Buccaneers to the last wire and really should have won the game if it weren't for the wind taking the ball just a little bit and hitting the upright. They're starting a rookie, Mac Jones. Meanwhile, the Texans are starting Davis Mills, who's also a rookie. The difference is that Mac Jones completed 19 straight passes against the Buccaneers, and Davis Mills completed 11 passes on the day in that Texas loss last week to the Bills. So things are looking way, way different in this game. I do think the Patriots come away with the win. Let's look at the numbers, and then we can give you a score. This game is, let's see, we're looking at, pardon the stoppage time. Show, no. Stats, okay. No. There we go. No, that's not what I'm looking for. There we go. Okay, pardon me for that. So the Patriots offense is 26th. The Texans is 30th. The Patriots defense is 5th, which I do like their defense. And, Belichick's a defensive guy. Texans are 27th in defense. Passing, 18th for the Patriots and 31st in rushing. I really thought coming into the season the Patriots were going to be more of a run team. So to see them only 31st in rushing is a little bit of a surprise. Passing for the Texans is 29th. Rushing is 26th. So they're pretty bad in both departments. Just an overall bad team. I mean, my God, 30th, 27th, 29th, 26th in all these stat indicators. Even though the game is in Houston, I'm definitely going with the Patriots. They will win the game. I think they're going to win this game pretty handily. I would say 28 to 13, 28-13, the Patriots win this game. Okay? Next game we've got is the Vikings and the Detroit Lions. The game is in Minnesota. Both of these teams are really not looking good this year. Specifically the Lions, but everybody kind of knew the Lions would look bad. This isn't a big shock. The Vikings, on the other hand, people had picked to be a bit better. So, what they're looking like right now is a little bit of a surprise. To some people, anyway. For me, not so much. Let's see. What do they look like? Numbers-wise, what is the deal? Don't know why I keep having this problem. I keep wanting to pull up my stats and then I have a difficult time. Well, technical difficulty. Let's see what we got here now. There we go. Okay, so Detroit is 19th in offense. And by the way, I like Dan Campbell. I think Dan Campbell is going to be a good fit and a good coach for this Detroit team. This might not be the year, though. 21st in defense, 16th in passing, 21st in rushing. They're reasonable numbers. Vikings are 16th in offense, 25th in defense. Again, another team that's underachieving defensively. And Zimmer is a defensive coach, so they're 11th in passing and they're 15th in rushing. Offensively, this team has really leaned on its offense to create. So if their offense isn't producing, last couple of years their defense has not won ball games. So that this is a team that's for a couple of years now leaned on its offense. They are capable of putting up points. Detroit obviously can play a little bit of offense, can play a little bit of defense. This game could very well be an upset, but I'm going to go with Minnesota in this game at home. I am going to have to go with Minnesota. I don't think this game is going to be high scoring. I do think it will be close. I'm going to say 24-21 Minnesota, 24-21 Minnesota. It's going to be a nail-biter, though. I really do think it's going to be a nail-biter. The next game is New Orleans at the Washington football team. Now, this game ought to be interesting. Neither one of these teams, I think, is going anywhere. They're both 2-2. New Orleans has been completely up and down. Washington has kind of been up and down as well. They're not getting, great quarterback play. This isn't their starting quarterback, but then again, it would have been Fitzpatrick if they had him starting. So I think the numbers reflect the up and down. The Saints are 28th in offense, 11th in defense. I really like their defense. They're 31st in passing. Again, not surprising. 7th in rushing. 7th, that's really high. The football team is 20th in offense, 28th in defense. Yes, I did say 28th in defense. This team has really played poorly defensively, even though that was supposed to be the strength of their team. They're 19th in passing, 20th in rushing, so they're very balanced. I do think they're going against a very good Saint defense. And, their quarterbacking should be at least on par with the football team. So, who's going to win this game? To me, it's going to be a close one. Football team is home. I could definitely see them losing this game. I could see them losing this game, and the better coach is with the Saints. He is a better coach. I'm going to say Saints. It's going to be a close one. 24-21. Yep, again, 24-21. Saints win this game. But I could see, Washington winning the game, in fairness. It won't be a blowout for sure. Next game is the Miami Dolphins traveling to Tampa Bay. This is going to be bad. I think this is a real mismatch. The Buccaneers, they're not unbeatable, and I like the defense for the Dolphins. They're 1-3. Tampa Bay's 3-1, and the Dolphins' defense is not as good as it was last year. They lost a couple of key players, and I don't know, chemistry, everything else. It just isn't the same team. So what we're looking at, numbers-wise, offense. 31st for Miami, 9th for the Buccaneers. Defense, 24 for Miami, 20th for the Buccaneers. Passing is 30th for the Dolphins, 2nd for the Buccaneers. Rushing is 28th for Miami and 30th for the Buccaneers. I just don't think the Buccaneers run the ball as much as all that. I think they're a heavy pass team. They use play action, but they want to pass the ball. They pass the ball short. This is what they do. They don't really run the ball down your throat. I definitely like Tampa Bay in this game. They're home. It shouldn't be that close. But, one never knows. This is a game that it could be an upset. It's not likely. The defense would have to play out of its mind. And we'd have to finally get some good quality quarterbacking from Brissett. It's possible, but I don't see it. I'm going to say 31 Buccaneers, 17 Dolphins. 31-17, the Buccaneers win the game. The next game that we have on tap is the Green Bay Packers traveling to Cincinnati. I really like this game. I think it's going to be all that and a bag of chips. So let's look at the numbers. We're looking at, and by the way, this is two good quarterbacks. Both teams are 3-1. Both are leading the division. Bengals leading their division. Wow, when was the last time we said that? They're very evenly ranked. Let's look at these numbers. 25th on offense for the Green Bay Packers. That's kind of a shock. I thought they were even better than that. You got the Bengals at 22nd. 6th on defense for the Packers. I don't know how that number came up because I don't think they're that good. Then you've got the Bengals at number 7. That I know about, and I have seen their defense. 24th in passing for the Packers. 23rd in passing for the Bengals. 24th in rushing for the Packers, 23rd in rushing for the Bengals. So again, in almost every one of those categories, the Bengals are just a little bit better. Who would have thought that, coming into this season, we would have said, well, the Bengals will probably win this game. I like the Bengals in this game. I think the Bengals can win this game. All it's going to take is some consistent pressure on Aaron Rodgers, and I think the rest will take care of itself. They have to obviously play good football against Devontae Adams, but I could see the Bengals winning this game. I'm going to go with them. I'm going with the home team. I think they win this game. I would say, just to add a little something to it, a couple of other factors. Besides the Bengals being such a great story, the only negative thing is that they're missing Joe Mixon. I do worry about that. That's the one thing I'm concerned about. But I think they can overcome it. I'm going to say the Bengals win this game 28-24. 28-24, Bengals win this game. Next game we've got is Denver at Pittsburgh. Now, I'm not exactly sure whether we get Bridgewater back. I saw something about him being there, being available. He might come back. If Bridgewater comes, I really like Denver. Even without Bridgewater, I do think that the better team is Denver. The game is in Pittsburgh, so that worries me. You got Big Ben. You got a nice defense. Let's look at the numbers. So again, this is what we're up against in terms of the numbers. The Broncos are 18th in offense. The Steelers are 27th. Broncos are 4th in defense, playing good football. Even though the Steelers get all the pub, Steelers are 16th in defense. The Broncos are 21st in passing. Steelers are 17th. Steelers are 32nd in rushing, and the Broncos are 13th in rushing. So the offensive side, the defensive side, even the overall offense, basically the only thing that the Steelers are better at is that their passing is a little bit better. But keep in mind, the last couple of games, they've missed Bridgewater. So if they have Bridgewater, you can see the difference that'll make. They have had some injuries to their receivers, but their receivers are deep. They still have Cortland Sutton, for example. They still have Noah Fant, the tight end. They still have explosive weapons. Even in the running game, they can still pick up chunk yardage. They can still, run the ball down your throat. The Steelers' defense, 16th ranked, is not as formidable as people might think. I like the Broncos in this game. I know that the Steelers are home, but I like the Broncos in this game. So I think I'm going to go with the Broncos. I think I'm going to go with the Broncos in this game. I do think it's going to be a close one, though. Broncos 21, Steelers 17. That sounds about right. 21-17. Next game we've got is the Philadelphia at Carolina. Now, I like this game, but I like it mainly because, one team is going to show its true colors, and the other one is going to be tested. So Philadelphia is traveling to Carolina. Obviously, Carolina had a tough loss. They're embarrassed. They're going to want to make up and get back on track, get their defense going. They have a lot to prove to sort of redeem themselves and get confidence. Now, I did see that Christian McCaffrey said that he's available and he can play. Whether or not they play him, I don't know. If he plays, obviously that's a huge advantage for the Panthers getting him back. Let's look at the numbers. You got the Eagles are 10th in offense, which is a shock. They're 14th in defense, 10th in passing, 10th in rushing. These are solid numbers. But if they're so solid, why are they 1-3? Carolina is 3-1. Offense is 14th, very reasonable. Their defense is number 3. Now, they were number 1. Now they're number 3 after the Cowboys ran all over them and exploited them. But now they're number 3. Their passing is 9th, and their rushing is 19th. Like I said, keep in mind they haven't had Christian McCaffrey. So what I see here is a pretty balanced Panther team, a good by the numbers Philadelphia team. Philadelphia could definitely upset this Carolina team. Is Carolina the team that was undefeated? Are the Eagles 1-3 for real? Are they as bad as people thought they were coming into the season? Well, I tend to think that Carolina isn't as bad as they looked last week against the Cowboys. I think that the Cowboys' offense just overpowered their defense that was supposed to be basically impenetrable. But at the same time, I don't think the Eagles are as bad as people thought they were. So it's going to be a nice test to see whether Carolina can redeem itself, and whether the Eagles can get on the right track. I'm betting that they don't. It's in Carolina. Carolina has a lot of emotional, reasons to play their hearts out. I think the Panthers will win this game. I don't think it'll be that high scoring. Panthers 26, Eagles 21. And by the way, the Panthers are the favored team by 3.5. So that means there's only a little bit of confidence that the Panthers are going to win this game, even though they're home, because usually the home team gets 3 points. Next game we've got is the Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't get too excited about this game, because actually I don't like the way that Tennessee is playing. I think that they're like quote unquote a fraud team. I just don't see them going deep into the playoffs. I think they'll win the division, but I don't see them being a real contender, not until they fix a few things, like their defense, and they're playing against a really bad Jacksonville team. So this game should be a bye, really. So here are the numbers. We got the Tennessee Titans. They're 11th in offense. The Jaguars are 23rd in offense. The Titans are 17th in defense. The Jaguars are 29th in defense. Titans are 22nd in passing. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 27th in passing. And then the Titans are 4th in rushing. And the Jaguars are 16th in rushing. So you can see this Jaguars team, except for rushing, is pretty much a cellar dweller. And meanwhile, the Tennessee team is pretty good, average in most areas, but really a strong running team, right? I think that's plenty enough to carry them past the 0-4 Jacksonville Jaguars. Titans are 2-2. I'm sure they'd love to get to that winning department and get to 3-2. I see the Titans winning this game. I don't think it'll be a big blowout, but I do see the Titans winning this game, and I'm going to say 28-17, 28-17. And just for those of you that don't know, the Titans are -4. So that gives you that game. The next one is the Cleveland Browns at the Los Angeles Chargers. I like this game. This is a good one. Two teams that most people felt were really going to be contenders. I think most people felt like the Chargers were going to take a major step. The Browns took a major step last year. People expected them to be real serious contenders this year. This is what we've got numbers-wise. We got the Browns are at 13 on offense. The Chargers are 12th. The Browns are 2nd on defense. The Chargers are 9th. I can't believe they're really that high. They're 9th in defense. The Browns are 26th in passing, but they're 1st in rushing. Chargers are 7th in passing. They're 18th in rushing. So you can see where these teams lean as far as their offense goes. The Browns want to run the ball. Baker, I saw, suffered an injury, so he's not going to be 100%. Playing against a good defense. They're playing in Los Angeles, SoFi Stadium. I definitely see the Chargers winning this game. If they were to lose this game, it'd be a shock. And just for the record, Chargers are 3-1. The Browns are 3-1 also. I think the Chargers are a better team, really, than the Browns are. And I also think being home, having a healthy quarterback as opposed to Mayfield being hurt, I just like these Chargers right now. I mean, they can pass, they can run. They're well coached. And their defense is playing good ball. Yeah, why not? I do think that the score is going to be a little bit on the lower side. A little bit. I think the Chargers win this game 31 to the Browns 24. 31-24. I don't think that the Browns are going to get much closer than that. They're going to want to run the ball, but once the Chargers jump out, if they get a lead, it's going to be tough to stick with it. And then Mayfield, I don't know if you want to put the ball in his hands and say, hey, go win it. I don't know if you want to do that. Next game is the Chicago Bears traveling to the Las Vegas Raiders. And I like this game because I like Las Vegas. I don't think that Chicago really is going to do a ton in the postseason, but I do think Las Vegas has a legit chance. Chicago, I believe they're starting Justin Fields. That's probably a good thing because, first of all, he's their future. Secondly, he's explosive. He has the ability to make big plays, something out of nothing, which I think they need. This is what they've got. Numbers. 32nd in offense for the Bears with Matt Nagy, an offensive coach. That's not good. 12th in defense, which they still are carrying them. That defense is still solid. 32nd in passing. 11th in rushing. The Raiders, they are 7th in offense, 19th in defense. They're 3rd in passing. They're 27th in rushing. So we have all seen and heard that the Raiders are passing the ball all over the place. It's translated into offense. They're doing just enough on the ground. Their defense is right around the middle. And their overall offense is one of the better ones in the NFL. They're playing against a team that doesn't necessarily have a great offense, has a solid defense, doesn't have the ability to really pass the ball, and they run the ball, fairly well. I think that's their best chance in this game is to run the ball. I'm talking about the Bears. But I do think that the Raiders are too much, and they're at home. So I'm going to go with the Raiders in this game. Nice safe pick, I know. Sorry, guys. No upset here. Raiders win this game 27-20. Raiders are giving 5.5, by the way, in this game. I like them. 27-20, Raiders over the Bears. Let's see. We've got next game we've got is San Fran at Arizona. This game should really be interesting. It should really be interesting. Obviously, now everybody is going to be like, okay, when does this undefeated team go down? I'm talking about the Cardinals. They will go down. They won't last that long, but they are doing one heck of a number with their mainly on offense. I think the defense deserves credit too. Let's look at those numbers. So the 49ers will end up starting Trey Lance this game because Garoppolo's been ruled out. Trey Lance is kind of a wild card, mobile quarterback. Maybe the accuracy is not there yet. Obviously, he's a rookie. He's still going to need some work to get really good at reading defenses. So there might be some decision errors and some mistakes made against a good, opportunistic Cardinals team. Now, these are the numbers. 17th on offense to 2nd on offense. So that's the 49ers 17th, the Cardinals number 2 in offense. The defense for the 49ers is 10th. The defense for the Cardinals is 15th. Passing, 49ers are 12th against the Cardinals, who are 5th in passing. Rushing is 14th in rushing for the 49ers. The Cardinals are 6th in rushing. I'm shocked. Now, the rushing numbers also include Kyler Murray running, so maybe I shouldn't be shocked, right? Um, I believe that this Cardinal team on offense, it's all about Kyler. It's about him extending plays, making good decisions, being a good passer, um, running the ball, which is a huge part of this offense. And teams haven't figured it out yet. I mean, they've got to contain Kyler so he doesn't run. They can't let big plays happen when the plays are extended. And if they do that, I think that you pretty much can shut down that Cardinals offense. Defensively, they're not to be dismissed. They've got two edge rushers, Chandler Jones and let's see, there was Hakeem Reddick, but he's not there now. I'm forgetting right now, pardon me. But their other pass rusher is also dynamite. And they've got Simmons in the middle, a first-round pick a year ago. This defense is formidable. They've got Budda Baker in safety. They've got some guys that can play. You can't sleep on their defense. Their defense is ranked 15th, but they've made plays. The Niners, they've looked pretty good. Like I said, they're 10th in defense, 17th on offense. They're pretty balanced passing and rushing. But their running game is predicated on the scheme, and they can pretty much get anybody that can run, and they can get yards in this offense. It's going to be different this week. They're in Arizona. The team is the only undefeated team. They're playing against a division rival. The rookie quarterback, unless Trey Lance pulls a miracle and surprises everybody, I definitely give the advantage to the Cardinals. I'm going to go Cardinals in this game. Cardinals, I think, will win this game. So, and a couple more points before we get to the actual score. The Cardinals have been outscoring their opponents by almost 2 touchdowns. So, think about that. Cardinals are giving 5.5 points. I'm going Cardinals 28, 49ers 20. 28-20, Cardinals win this game. Sorry for those that wanted to see the Cardinals go down undefeated, but I just don't see it right now. Not in this game. I could see them going down soon, but not in this game. The next game, and I do love this game, is the Giants traveling to AT&T Stadium, Jerry's World. Giants finally got a win. They won in overtime against the Saints. Meanwhile, the Cowboys in their matchup last week crushed Carolina. Their confidence is high on offense. Their confidence is high in defense. Trayvon Diggs got 2 interceptions in that game. The Cowboys are second in the league with turnovers, 10 turnovers. They're not turning the ball over on offense. So you're talking about a team that's playing good complementary football. Let's look at the numbers. The 1-3 Giants are traveling to the Dallas Cowboys that are sitting at 3-1 on top of the division. This is a divisional game. The Giants' offense is ranked 15th. Cowboys' offense is ranked number 5. The defense is ranked 22nd. Cowboys' defense is ranked 26th. 26, but I mentioned the turnovers. And I think it's mainly because of yards. The passing game, the Giants are 8th. Cowboys are 15th. I speak because they haven't really had to pass the ball that much. The rushing, the Giants are 22nd, but the Cowboys are 2nd in rushing. So there you have my point about the offense and passing and so forth. And even the defense. These defensive numbers are a little misleading because, are they just basing this on yards? It looks like it. And if that's the case, it's a misleading number. I like the Cowboys in this game. They're the better team. They're a better team. They're at home. They're playing good football. They're riding a wave of execution. They just released Jalen Smith. They're getting a couple of guys back. They haven't even had their full complement of players because they've had Lyle Collins out. They've had DeMarcus Lawrence out. They've had Michael Gallup out. They've had some of their depth pieces out. They've had their starting safety, Donovan Wilson, out. But Kayron Kurz has played well. So, imagine this team at full strength. The Cowboys are 4-0 against the spread, by the way. And, Daniel Jones is playing better football than he has in previous seasons. He's not turning the ball over as much, but he's playing against a team that is is second in the league in turnovers. So he's going to have to be extra special. I don't see it happening. Again, I'm going to go with the home team. I do think the Cowboys will win this game quite handily. I'm going to say Cowboys win this game 33, Giants 23. The next game, and this one is a real big game, Buffalo at Kansas City. Buffalo at Kansas City. Both teams are, Buffalo's 3-1. Kansas City is 2-2. Kansas City is 2-2, and that's a shock, right? And like I said, it's a good game, though. I mean, you're talking about a very hot Buffalo team. Offensively, they've done a lot, but they've done it against teams that aren't so good. That's the caveat. They've beaten 3 bad teams. Meanwhile, they lost to the Steelers team in week 1. The Chiefs have played some good teams, and they're going to continue to play good teams throughout the season, which is where I see KC taking its lumps, not getting as high a seeding in the playoffs. Let's look at the numbers. So the Bills are 8th in total offense. The Chiefs are 4th. The Bills are 1st in defense. The Chiefs are 30th. The defense has really been bad. The passing, the Bills are 13th. The Chiefs are 6th. Rushing, the Bills are 5th, and the Chiefs are 8th. So these are teams that have great numbers, except the Chiefs. They're really stinking up the joint when it comes to their defense. They are home. They get that reprieve. But when you think about, the home field advantage, when you think about the momentum of how these teams are constructed and how they're playing and momentum, and you always hear about momentum. When you think about that, do you trust the Chiefs to be able to win against a good team, that's got momentum? I struggle with this because I do struggle with this. I do think that the Bills will probably pull this one out. It will be a close one. I'll go Bills 30, Chiefs 28. Bills are getting 2.5 in this game, so the Chiefs are favored, but barely, and it's only because of the home field advantage, clearly. I like Mahomes, and I think that it's a good team and all that, and I love Andy Reid, but I have to say I think Buffalo is just a better team right now, and I think they're gonna show that on Sunday. Next game, and this is the last one of the week, the Monday night matchup: Indianapolis at Baltimore. Indianapolis at Baltimore, and here's the funny thing about that game. I don't think anybody expected Indianapolis to be 1-3 at this point. They're 1-3. Baltimore's 3-1. Let's look at the numbers. And again, this game's in Baltimore. The offense for the Chiefs, for the Colts, is 21st. The Ravens are 6th. Defense for the Colts is ranked 8th. A little bit of a surprise. I didn't think they were that high. Ravens are 18th. 25th in passing, the Colts are. The Ravens are 14th. 17th in rushing, the Colts are. Number 3 in rushing for the Baltimore Ravens. So the Ravens look like a team that, we kind of knew who they were, and that's how they're playing. Little surprised to see their offense ranked high, but that has a lot to do with them picking up a lot of yards in the running game and doing very well. Meanwhile, the Colts, they've kind of struggled in some areas. The only thing they've really shined at is their defense. Their defense is 8th, but everything else has kind of been below average. Even their rushing is 17th. So I think that the home field advantage, the better team, even better quarterback, because I'm not a big Wentz fan. I'm not a huge Lamar fan, but I think they've got enough to definitely take the Colts. I see the Colts losing this game. Don't think it'll be horrible, but I don't think they're going to win this game by any stretch of the imagination. Let's say Ravens 27, Colts 21. 27-21. Ravens are giving 7 points in this game. So there's your numbers. 27-21. Ravens win the game. That's about it for the week. Now I have a lot of catching up to do. I've got to give my picks. I got to review, the games that I picked, just so people know. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Read them and weep. Enjoy the games this weekend, and I'll be back with you really, really soon. So until then, take care.